Hello guys, welcome to some Call of Duty. It's review. It's a Call of Duty World War II review, and kind of like a review over Call of Duty itself. Well, let's get started. So let's start about Call of Duty World War II and what I thought about the game. And out of the year and a half it's been out, yeah, about a year and a half now, isn't it? No, good lord, I'm so low. Not even a year yet. Last 6 years. I mean, last 6 months has been out at least. I'm probably still wrong, but what am I going to talk about? Well, let's talk about the game itself. It was the campaign. I would have to say was probably one of the best campaigns I've ever played in Call of Duty. Just by, they kind of had like a brotherhood kind of basis. Take care of your family kind of deal with the army. Take care of your brothers, and it was just a very awesome game. It was just a very awesome campaign, and the storyline behind it was just absolutely incredible. I loved it. It was very fun. It was something I would love to do over and over again if I wanted to, because just how cool it was, and in the way of just how cool the game was itself. I loved watching and playing multiplayer. The multiplayer was actually very engaging. I have to say, it's the usual Call of Duty multiplayer as we see in every Call of Duty game, but the weapons, each weapon style, kind of gave us like a flashback to the past. Kind of deal with the MP40, the Thompson, and the M1A1, and not the M1A1, the Garand, and the car, just all those weapons were absolutely incredible. I loved it, and just having to see one come back and playing it was just a very fun game to watch. The game play and using the weapons. I was happy that they didn't really, the person, your soldier customizations were actually really cool. That was something I liked a lot about the game, was there was a lot of customizations that you could do with your soldier, and they made it a lot engaging. Headquarters, adding headquarters to the game was was pretty fun, because I still have videos in my video folder that I haven't posted because I just thought it was just wasting my time, but there are a bunch of videos just me playing. There's just a whole bunch of videos of me playing one-on-ones with Gov and a whole bunch of other players that I play with, a whole bunch of other guys I play with, just doing one-on-ones in headquarters, just having a lot of fun on that one, because we just thought, we got bored of doing multiplayer and all, playing team deathmatch and all that, so we just sit in the headquarters and play one-on-ones the whole game, or the objectives, the contracts and stuff, I think were already there back in the old game, back in the last game, I believe, but just they added a lot more and they made it more creative to the game, and I think that was something I really liked about the game, was those. And obviously the the zombies was actually the best. I think as they keep rolling with zombies, it's going to keep getting better. Do I think it's probably the best zombies I've ever played? No. I actually am not really interested in the zombies. I don't think I've gotten really interested in the zombies in this game. I hate to say it. I haven't really gotten interested in it. And it's not because I don't like it. I mean, it's actually a fun game. It's a fun zombies mode, and the way they've made it more realistic is pretty cool, but sometimes the long Easter eggs and all that stuff, it keeps us going, but it also it's so boring. It gets boring after a while when you can't figure stuff out. So I don't do the Easter eggs unless I do it with groups. Usually when I'm playing by myself, I don't do it at all. I just play and see how long I can go. Usually what my videos are, but I don't usually like playing trying to go at the Easter egg, because last time we did an Easter egg in the first map they posted, the first map of this game, it was so long I just couldn't. I didn't want to play it anymore. I was like, fuck it. There's no more of this. I don't want to do it anymore. But they still brought zombies, and that's what made me excited, because sometimes when the game doesn't bring zombies, I'm like, really? That's stupid. Come on. Like Call of Duty Ghost shouldn't have been aliens. Should have been zombies. So should have been zombies. But you know, they made us wait, and we waited, and we still got a good campaign out of Ghost, and I didn't really care about the game itself. More about World War II. The prestiging was okay. I think the prestiging, putting in a 55 was okay. I think it was pretty cool. Kind of going back. I don't think they should do a second part to this game, obviously, because it's World War II and there's really no second part to it unless you're like doing like Modern Warfare was. But obviously, the best Call of Duty games have a storyline to it that exceeds one game. But I think obviously that's one reason why they didn't really want to do any more World War II games, because it would end. You know, you never had a storyline. It was just playing a World War II campaign that was okay and historic. And then boom, we're done. That's it. No more into the game or into the storyline of the people. It's just that's it. I think that was something that was cool when they did World at War. They somehow brung a little bit of World at War into Black Ops and into the other games. I mean, you had Reznov from World at War. When you were playing as a Russian, you played next to Reznov, and next thing you know, Reznov was. He showed up in Black Ops, and that was something that was really cool to see, because it kind of gave extended a storyline out of a game previously into a new game, and that was something new to us when it came to the Call of Duty franchise, and that's what made it cool. So, what else should we talk about? Well, first, I'm going to move this camera over here if I can do it, because... Great. Oh, that's so Why don't we get this back up here? Whoopsie. Yeah. Good job, Dusty. Perfect. I'm so sorry, guys. That's terrible. Oh, that's bad. Sorry about that. That's something that's still going to go in the video. But, what's my Game Informer rating for Call of Duty? It would have to be an 8.8 when it came to the World War II. There's still some things they need to fix. The bugging was a little weird. I love that they brought game battles and actually had something to it. So I wasn't that mad about the game. I wasn't that, it wasn't like, oh god, this game's gonna be absolutely awful. There's just no reason to play it. No, that's not at all what it was. But I just, there were still some things in the campaign that should have been better. There were still some things in the multiplayer that should have been fixed. Even though Boots on the Ground was probably the best thing they came out with. I think that was really good, and I think that was a good idea, because really the game itself, if it wasn't Boots on the Ground, nobody would have bought it. It would have been a dislike on. It would have been 2 million dislikes on YouTube for the trailer if it was boosting at all in that game, or if it was not realistic at all. But that's what I thought it was, and that's what I thought it would have been. But yeah, 8.8. It's not going to exceed 9.0 at all. So let's talk about Call of Duty itself. Let's talk about the franchise, how it it's evolved, and how the downfall. The dark years, as I called it, the dark age years, where they were just, no boots on the ground. It was kind of didn't like it. Nobody liked it. I think some people were okay with Black Ops 3, but after Black Ops 3, everybody was like, this shit sucks. This is stupid. Advanced Warfare was a little dumb. Don't get me wrong. Advanced Warfare ruined Call of Duty in a way. It was a fun campaign. I mean, when you have Kevin Spacey in it, you can't get any better. I loved Kevin Spacey in that game. It was an awesome campaign because it actually, we were actually very excited. Kevin Spacey, come on. That's the whole reason why I loved the campaign. And the storyline was actually pretty decent. Your best friend's dad goes against you is actually the bad guy in this whole game. Man, it would have been better if the best friend didn't die. Next thing you know, the best friend was there and he would turn on you as well because his dad was, is his dad. That's the only reason I would probably say the game, I would have loved the game. In the point that the campaign was awesome. Zombies was not good. Didn't like it. I don't think I really got interested in the Advanced Warfare Zombies, especially because it's EXO. They tried to really implement EXO into that. Multiplayer having exosuits in Advanced Warfare, we were actually kind of like, oh, this is actually pretty cool, because it was the first game that introduced it to us. But then it got really, really old, really, really quick. So if I really want to talk about the Dark Ages, even Black Ops 3 was in there. Because, I mean, it was from like Advanced Warfare to Infinite Warfare. We hated it. It just, from Black Ops 3... Yeah, from Black Ops 3 to Infinite Warfare, we didn't care. We didn't care. Black Ops 3 was okay. Campaign was... We didn't really like the campaign because it didn't follow the storyline of the first two Black Opses. Multiplayer was decent. I will give it the multiplayer was actually pretty decent. I liked it. Zombies. I think the highlight of that whole game would have had to been the zombies, because that was the only thing that really got me into it, because they kind of, still a lot of people play Black Ops 3 because Infinite Warfare was so bad, but I really liked Black Ops 3, and the only reason why I would go back to Black Ops 3 is because they, the zombies. I love zombies out of it. That was the only thing out of the game I really loved it. So, the Dark Ages, Advanced Warfare to Infinite Warfare, just those three games were just, those three set of games were just not, not interesting at all. I didn't like them. Didn't care for them. They just didn't really make me excited for the game itself at all. And I know that in a way people be like, well, you shouldn't get mad at a game for that, and that's just stupid to get mad at it. But it kind of is. I just never liked the game. That's just my opinion. It was just retarded. It was just ridiculous how stupid those three games were. In the sense that they just kind of ruined Call of Duty in a way, because we were all about boots on the ground. They tried to make it like Halo in a way, which we were not all about Halo at all. The golden age of Call of Duty. What would be the golden age if I had to give in between one game to another? What would be the golden age of Call of Duty? Black Ops to Modern Warfare 3. No. Black Ops to Black Ops 2. In that whole section of, okay. Dang it, I keep forgetting one more game. Modern Warfare 4, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, to Black Ops 2. That big huge area full of games, that big huge year to year kind of deal was awesome because we loved it. The games were awesome. The campaigns were interesting. Every campaign we actually loved. From Modern Warfare to Modern Warfare 2, probably the best. People would say Modern Warfare was the best game out of the three, but I would have to go with Modern Warfare 2 because I just loved it. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 would have to be the bottom one. Modern Warfare 2 would be number one because it was just, everything about it was great. The controversy out of it, just how fun it was campaign-wise, and then the multiplayer was really innovative. I think Modern Warfare 2 made multiplayer innovative. That's what I think. So that's what I would believe about it. So to me, that's what I believe about Call of Duty in those three. Black Ops, Black Ops 2. Both Black Ops games were absolutely incredible. I loved it. Dude, the storyline where we went back and forth in Black Ops 2 from the old age playing as the old, the father Mason to playing as the kid Mason, just doing that. That was pretty cool. I loved it. It was so much fun. To play in, there was so much to it. There was so much to it, but that's that part of that golden age. That's what might be my golden age. Well, you left out the World War IIs. Well, World War IIs were great, and they were actually really good. If I was talking about zombies, World at War would be the definition of zombies in Call of Duty, because that was the start of it. If I was talking about multiplayer, Modern Warfare 2 would be the actual god of multiplayer, because that was the best multiplayer game ever. If I was talking about the campaign, oh man, that would be difficult to talk about the campaign, because there's so many campaigns in there that I actually liked. Modern Warfare 2 would have to be number one out of all of it, because just the controversy and how fun it was. That's why I would like Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 2, probably really good. If I had to go with the best best campaign game, it would have to be Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2. I mean, my most favorite mission, not because it was because we were killing a whole bunch of crowd of people, is just because of all that went around it and how much controversy it ended up taking into it, was No Russian. I had to go with No Russian in that. If I had to call about the number one best Call of Duty campaign mission, it would have to be No Russian. Because it was just so much it was so interesting, and it kind of gave us a definition of what that whole game was about and how fun it was. My most favorite Call of Duty character would have to be Captain Price. I mean, you can't go anywhere without Captain Price. He's the captain. He will always be the captain. There's no other captain in any Call of Duty game that overwrites him, because he was amazing. He was great. He cared about his soldiers, and he cared about his soldiers, and he also cared about his mission as well. But soldiers came first. If his mission went bad and a soldier was hurt, he went for his soldier first before he wanted to finish the mission. He didn't care. That was him. That was him. I mean, when Yuri went down. When Nikolai went down in the helicopter, and I think was Modern Warfare 2. I might have had that wrong. It might be Modern Warfare 3. I might get either wrong. It might have been I don't know. It's been a while since I played those games, but even Modern Warfare Remastered, I don't think I ever touched the campaign actually when I played Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't remember if I did or not, but if I did, it was just brief and I didn't play a lot of it. But when Nikolai went down, he aborted mission, obviously because their whole mission went to shit because of Nikolai going down, and then he went to go save Nikolai. He didn't say, screw it, we can't save him. He wasn't like, what's his name in the World War II campaign. He wasn't like, okay, we can't do it. We can't save him. He's just going to have to go. No, we went after Nikolai. Captain Price was like, we've got to go after Nikolai. Well, he's our guy. That was the same with Soap. He wanted to save Soap with his life because that was Soap. Soap was his brother. Soap has been there since day one. Well, since Modern Warfare. The start, when he joins. Soap was like his child, and he lost Soap in Modern Warfare 3, and that made him go insane. But it was just that, the thing about it was just that itself. And that's why that was amazing. And that's why it was really good. Obviously, Modern Warfare 2, I don't believe, there was a lot of focus on Captain Price and Soap and their missions and all that stuff, but there was also like a focus on the U.S. going into Iraq and all, and there was a lot of focus on the U.S. Army doing what they did in the Iraq War, and there's a lot in there, and obviously Call of Duty's measure of that war was to talk about how the Russians interfered in it, and how the Russians, U.S. was going against the Iraqians at the time. There's a little bit of Russia in there, but behind the scenes, Captain Price, Soap, and Yuri, and all them, were all going against the Russians because, of course, the Russians were behind the scenes, were kind of in the fight as well, helping out the Taliban and all that. There was that. But itself, the game was great. Just playing, Modern Warfare all together was a great series, and also Black Ops was a great series, even though the last one was not that good, and they're actually coming out with a new one. They're coming out with a new one to finish off the series. Where's Modern Warfare 4? Where's a Modern Warfare 4? We need to have a Modern Warfare 4. I'm sorry. We have to. There's got to be somewhere in there where they have to bring back Modern Warfare for one more game, just to play out a series that probably will suck because we should have just ended at 3. But, Captain Price is a little older in his little weird chair. Just do a little bit like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 thing. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. We need to have another Modern Warfare game. But obviously, when Modern Warfare 3 got done, and that ending cutscene, you knew it was the end of everything. You lose Soap, you lose that. He's by himself. That's the end. There's no reason for Price to not be done, and that's it. But yeah, that's just me. If I had to give the whole Call of Duty franchise a Game Informer thumbs up, it would have to be a 9.6 because itself as a franchise, of course, is one of the most leading selling franchises ever. So yeah, it would have to go to that. I mean, why can't it? That's just me. A lot of people be like, oh, what about Battlefield games? Battlefield's so much better. No. Nothing beats Call of Duty. Even when it went professional. Did Battlefield go professional? Please tell me that. Did it have professional access? No. Yes, game battles were there, but that doesn't nobody gives a crap about game battles. Especially Battlefield. If everybody wants to give a crap about game battles, it's Call of Duty. Call of Duty's the deal. Never going away. Professional Call of Duty is never going away. Optic baby. Phase, all that bullshit. But yeah, that's my review. That's for my review. So, if you like this review and you think my opinion is either sucky or good or whatever, please leave a like down below. If you're new to the review channel, please subscribe. I mean, what are we doing here? What do you think I'm doing here? Trying to get, just want to get views? I want to get reviews. I want to get y'all's comments. I want to give y'all's opinions. I want your subscribe button. Well, obviously, we're trying to finish out Firewatch because obviously, yeah, that's something I think. And also, the final one would have to be. What's the final one? What's the next one? GTA review, GTA 5, and the whole GTA franchise is it going, and what's coming up for the GTA 6, and what's been leaked. That review, those 3 reviews are going to be coming up. Also, for videos of me playing games, we're going to be playing a lot of GTA with my buddy Ethan, and also Gov as well again. Call of Duty obviously is going to keep coming, and we're going to try to finish off the Firewatch series. Probably a few more parts going on because I thought I was gonna do like 2 very long parts, but there's no way. There's no way because it would be like 2 hours each, and that's just I can't do that. So it might be each part might be an hour, maybe 45. I think this next part I'm gonna try to do 35 minutes. What I'm thinking about the next episode, I'm gonna do 2 parts in the next episode of Firewatch. So that's why I'm going to cut it up in 2 sizes. I might even, if I don't do that, I might just do a whole full video. I haven't figured out what I want to do, but I'm probably going to do something like that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So yeah, guys, see you later. Leave a like, subscribe.